Dear colleagues, my name is Holger Robrecht. I'm Deputy Regional Director for Europe at ICLEI, Local Governments for Sustainability. ICLEI is a globally leading network of cities and regions that strive to improve global sustainability conditions by their cumulative urban and regional development action. It is my pleasure to discuss with you today how we can approach the integration of nature-based solutions into urban development to support cities' sustainability and climate ambitions. Over the past few years, the catalogue of nature-based solutions has dynamically developed, and cities in Europe and around the world have experienced benefits and co-benefits of green and blue solutions. Enhance water resilience of urban infrastructures by helping the energy efficiency for warming and cooling of buildings and the entire cityscape, to improve life quality of all communities, and to support physical and mental health. The question is now how we can best mobilize and exploit the benefits of nature-based solutions for urban regeneration and urban development projects. And even more, how we can mainstream green infrastructure into urban development and embark on a deep dive green city transformation. To start with, it is important to be clear with the perspective to apply the nature-based solution. Will it be an individual green project that we need to engineer and adapt to place? Will it be a green infrastructure program that by means of an urban greening plan is being developed? Or will it be a fully fleshed green city transformation program? The modular integration of these options and the upscaling is obviously possible. So the combination of several green projects can support and be implemented through an urban greening plan, and the urban greening plan or the green infrastructure program can underpin and inform a green city development program. The basic question is what is the purpose to apply the nature-based solution? What are the objectives to apply the nature-based solutions for? What is sort of the policy ambition, the requirements, the interest of stakeholders to apply the nature-based solution? What is the baseline against which it should unfold its impact? And what are the capacities available at hand at city level to operationalize the nature-based solution, the program, or the transformation exercise? From a sustainable development point of view and also a climate change point of view, an integrated nature-based development seems to be the preferred option. It should integrate global trends such as climate change, biodiversity loss, resource scarcity, with local challenges in infrastructure development, life quality, or climate resilience. The integrated approach will help to manage change, as we will need to develop a city that is capable to withstand the challenges of tomorrow and to attain the medium to long-term goals. It will also drive innovation, which is important, as we can hardly build the city of tomorrow with the structures of today, or better, the structures of yesterday that evidently has been built decades ago. An integrated management system has proven to be the appropriate instrument to implement the approach. Following the logic of the plan, do, check and act quality management cycle, it employs a serious and sequential stepwise approach from baseline review over target setting and strategy development over to the implementation and monitoring, and concluded by evaluation and reported. The international standard ISO 37101 defines an integrated management system for sustainable cities and communities. And the UrbanByNature program that this webinar is a contribution to is a mimic of an IMS, and provide sequential support along the steps of an IMS to be implemented. The European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, as public financier supportive to global and European policy objectives and conscious of risks as well as societal return on investments and the support needed by cities, has employed the integrated management approach for their Green City Action Program. The methodology of the GCAP program has been developed by ICLEI together with colleagues of OECD and recently updated with reflection on the experiences of the pandemic and resilience needs. The Green City Action Program is a 1.5 billion euro framework that helps cities to improve their environmental performance. It supports strategy and policy development. It facilitates and stimulates green city infrastructure investments in relevant sectors, and it builds capacity with city administrators and other key stakeholders. The GCAP is, in essence, a transformation concept aiming at green and sustainable cities in the mid to long term. It applies the circular and integrated management approach for targeted environmental dimensions, responding to quality of environmental assets, use of resources, and climate change risks. The centerpiece of the GCAP is a Green City Action Plan. It will start by a review of the environmental dimensions, resilience to climate change or greenhouse gas emissions, or water pollution or land and soil pollution. It will map existing instruments in association with the environmental dimensions, being it plans or codes of conduct or anything like that, and select measures to prepare investments. All this will land in a Green City Action Plan with most effective measures to address local environmental challenges with the best possible synergies. And it will inform the sectoral plans available, for example, for sustainable energy action or the sustainable mobility plan or an urban greening plan. The GCAP will be implemented with a sequence of 4 consecutively implemented steps that will repeat in circular manner. Step 1 will prepare and organize the entire Green City Action Plan process. It will start by securing the initial political commitment. It will review the relevant policy and strategy landscape to consider throughout the process. It will then set up the organizational and institutional structures, including setting up a team and mapping the relevant stakeholder groups to engage with. Then, eventually, when this work is done, the GCAP process will be formally and publicly launched. Step 2 will identify and prioritize the green city challenges. It will start by a technical analysis of the state of affairs with regard to the environmental dimensions. This will be forwarded to the stakeholder forum that will exercise a prioritization of the green city challenges. And with the political recognition of this prioritization, we have a complete green city baseline. Step 3 aims at the completion of the Green City Action Plan itself. It includes a strategic perspective and an operational perspective. On the strategic side, the plan includes a vision for urban development for a period of 15 years, supported by strategic goals for 10 to 15 years from start of the Green City Action Plan that respond to the question which specific area we need to address across the sectors to achieve the vision. And also it includes a long list of actions that could be implemented within 5 years from start that in principle could help to reach the strategic goals for each sector. On the operational side, the plan includes medium-term targets with a perspective of 5 to 10 years, and this would be underpinned by a selection of actions from the long list that actually help to implement the medium-term targets. Step 4 will implement the Green City actions and monitor the implementation and progress of the individual projects and also their impact in accordance with the medium-term targets. It will complete by a reporting and evaluation that will also include recommendations for any modifications needed in the next period of the Green City Action Plan update and renewed implementation. The circle will conclude with the Council adopting this evaluation and launching the start of the next circle. The Green City Action Plan methodology is a very systematic approach to investments, starting by a baseline with identified Green City challenges that will be turned into priorities for the Green City Action Plan. The city establishes a vision and medium-term targets for a 10 to 15 years period and will help with indicative investments for the Green City actions for a period of 5 years. This is the basis for investors and financiers actually to come forward with investments into particular Green City action. If you are a GCAP city, you may want to take a chance on the continuous improvement principle embedded and include in your next revision of the Green City Action Plan a deep dive nature-based urban development perspective. If you are not a GCAP city yet, you may want to consider to apply for the EBRD GCAP program. If you are not eligible for the program, you may want to still consider to apply principles and the GCAP methodology as an integrated approach to drive your green city transformation. I wish you the best of luck for your green transformation journey and thank you very much for your time today.